Good afternoon, Stuart, Florida. It is 5:06 and 30 seconds, even as we speak. And you're listening to Meet McBiz. I'm Frank Mezzapelle, and I am joined by Donna from I Sell and Repair, and this is Meet McBiz. We're going to be learning all about iPhone and Android phone repair and service. And just, I don't know anybody in the world who doesn't own a phone of one description or another. So we're going to learn a lot about personal phone devices and what goes wrong and why they go wrong, and the team of people right here in our community that can help fix them and make them all better again. Right, Donna?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So introduce yourself, tell our listeners who you are and what you do.
My name is Donna McGowan. Myself and my partner, Frank McGowan, are the owners of I Sell and Repair. We currently have 3 locations. Our Stuart location is in the downtown public shopping plaza right next to Harper's Bar.
Oh, yeah. Good location. Good spot.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
A lot of foot traffic.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. And our Port St. Lucie location is actually called Cellular Pond. That's our original location. It's near the intersection of Port St. Lucie Boulevard and US 1. And
Also very busy.
Yes, very busy with traffic. And our 3rd location is in Fort Pierce, Virginia, and US 1, and the Sable Palm Shopping Publix Plaza.
All right. Very good. Yeah. Virginia Avenue. Of course, that's the road I take when I go to IRSC, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, also very well traveled. Good spots. Very good. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you guys came into this line of work.
A little bit about myself. I'm from Vero Beach, Florida. Frank, my business partner and husband, he was born in West Palm, but pretty much been here his whole life in Port St. Lucie, not Stuart. About 13 years ago, we were both working multiple jobs. He was doing concrete. I was doing a couple jobs, and I don't remember why he thought to do this, but he bought pretty much like a pallet of electronics from an auction. Okay. And there were some cell phones on there, and he just tinkered with it and thought, hey, what can I do with these? Put them online, and there was a resale value on it. So he continued to work in the concrete business. I continued my job. The recession hit, and he was laid off. So he went full force into the cell phone industry, and that's how it all started.
Okay. Yeah. So entrepreneurial spirit wins out over working for people.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So John is with us now.
Sorry about tardiness. I got stuck at work.
Oh, yes. That's
in the warehouse.
All right. Well,
glad to be here.
Good to have you in the studio once again. This is your last day for this
month. I got the short month. I got ripped off. That's all right. Make it up.
We'll catch up later, I'm sure. But anyways, so that's kind of interesting. So what line of work did you do before you got involved in the cell phone business?
Waitressing, house cleaning. Okay. No special trade for myself. He was in concrete, did concrete work, working for a family business. So just basic jobs, working.
Right. So you have good work ethics.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we got that. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so you started tinkering with phones. So so is there like classes or what is the education background now that he has for doing the repair work?
All self-taught. He learned everything first. Yeah. He taught me, and then I'm the one who trains the employees. But trial and error.
So what's your most common repair?
iPhones.
Yeah, broken screens, right?
Broken screens.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. And why are iPhones so popular? I mean, that's the question that just. People just like to part with a lot of money. Is that?
They do offer the most fluid software on the phones, whether you're iPhone or an Android user. There's no way to deny that they are the most fluid. The best way to explain that is Apple makes their phones and Apple makes their operating system. So it's going to be the most fluid. Samsung, LG, those type of Androids, they make their phones, but someone else is making their software. So there's going to be that little bit of a glitch.
Are you iPhone or are you Android?
I'm Android.
I'm Android too.
Yeah. Right. Yes.
I just can't justify the money.
No.
I make phone calls.
Right.
I put around here and
Right.
there. And it's
Mhm,
like for $100, I
mhm.
get a phone. I got my chum. It's like,
Right.
all I need.
And I would have spent $100 for this too. My phone is, I bought it on sale at Walmart for $50 because they weren't making this LG model anymore, or they weren't offering it. So they said, clearing it out. And I said, $50, I'm in.
Isn't it funny? I think two of my kids, and maybe my third one, at least two of my boys have iPhones.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was like, I didn't buy it. I was like, you want an iPhone? Have at it.
Right. Yeah.
If that makes much difference to you, then that's fine.
Right. But I will say my wife's iPhone, the audio quality is phenomenal. When she talks to somebody on the speaker, it almost has like a stereo quality to it. And the audio is just amazing.
Yes, they're nice. Yeah.
I'm sure they are, but not for $600
No.
or $700.
No.
Are they not $1,000 some of them?
yeah,
Or it's
some of
like
them.
ridiculous.
Samsung started $1,000 as well. So the higher their flagship phones.
Yeah, see,
but
that's
I
not
tell
happening.
people that, just like I told Frank, is if that phone works for you, then that's fine. There's no need to change. Not everybody needs all of that in
Right.
their device.
Right.
So
And I'm not sure that the people that say they need it actually need it. I'm sure some probably do.
Yeah.
I'm sure some probably do. But I don't know. It's hard for me to justify. I mean, like I'm making a phone call. I'm in my car. It's loud. It's noisy. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
But hey, it's a market. It's an open market. People
Yes,
want to
yeah.
pay. They pay
Right.
for it. That's fine.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure some people feel that way about guitars. It's like some people won't spend, more than a couple $100 on a guitar, but
Oh, yeah.
I will.
Yes,
Mhm.
because
So-
the audio quality,
Yeah.
the tonal quality, when you strike those strings, the sound you're looking to hear.
It's whatever you're passionate about and into
Yes.
and willing to spend your money on. I mean, I'm all for that. That's
Absolutely.
fine.
Right.
everybody has their own
Mhm.
thing that they're
Yep.
into. Yep.
All right. So mostly see screen repair. So obviously you don't want people to drop their phones. So what's the common reason why they're is it clumsiness, or they're not buying the proper case, or they're not casing them at all, or what's happening?
It's really a combination.
Yeah.
Clumsiness, not keeping the case on, buying a case that's cheap and doesn't really protect it. So, we get all the stories of everything that comes in.
Yeah.
But outside of repairs, we do more than just repairs. We also sell used phones.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So we sell used phones, and any phone that you buy in our store will be hundreds of dollars cheaper than buying it brand new. And for an additional $25 of whatever the phone you buy, you can get a year defect warranty, which is the same thing that you get when you spend the $1,000 on the brand new phone. So you're saving hundreds and still getting the same 1-year warranty that the providers and the other stores would offer.
Is there a life cycle to a phone? It's like, after so many hours of use or years, it just doesn't pay to own one anymore.
With the way they do the software updates, definitely now, because you have the hardware that's on the phone.
Right.
So they keep putting this new software. Well, the hardware can only take so much software, it's just going to crash. So I would say really to run it smoothly, probably 3 or 4 years, just because they keep putting all this software on and it cannot run on that. So
Kind of reminds me of me. What software I'm getting put in, and it's,
Getting
I'm about
loaded up with too much
I'm
stuff.
about to bog down. I need to defrag or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And it really just depends on what you use your phone for. Like your phone is perfectly fine for you, where others who need more, they need something better.
Right.
And that's fine. So it just depends on your lifestyle, what you do on your phones. Some people use it as the mini computer that they are now.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
but some people
absolutely.
don't need all that, and that's perfectly fine.
Right.
So,
All right. So if somebody has a phone and they get an error message that there's not enough memory on the phone, could they bring it into you and you can help them clean up the phone for them? I mean, is there some ancillary services that you can provide that way?
yes, you just come
Yeah.
in, and we don't charge for anything like that. We would just clear the phone, help you get your phone up and going like you need it to be,
Yeah,
no
so-
charge whatsoever. We're always trying to help people where they're at. It's not necessarily a sale on a phone or that they have to get an upgrade, because if the phone works fine, just needs some cleaning and it works good, try that. Then if it's still not working properly, maybe come back and see this. But most of the
Yeah.
time, you just need a little bit of cleaning of the years of stuff on it.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, that's kind of neat.
Grab all the pictures and the videos off and all the
And
selfies.
And messages. A lot of people don't realize text messages take up gigabytes.
Yeah.
So when you delete them, they're still kind of on the phone though, right?
What do you mean?
If you like delete your messages, are they still on the phone?
No. If you delete your text messages, they're gone. I know on Apple products, if you delete pictures, they go into like a trash can, like a computer, and they'll save for 30 days. But you can even go into that trash can and delete them yourself the second time to make sure they are actually off the device.
So where does it go? That's always a question I have. Where does it go when you delete it on your phone? Like it has to go somewhere.
It just deletes it.
But it's got to go somewhere, doesn't it?
Doesn't have to. No.
It's just ones and zeros. So they're just not being used anymore.
Yeah. See, I'm very analog. I don't know any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm way out of my element in this conversation. That's okay. I learned.
Yeah. So most of us probably have a couple, 2, 3 older generation phones kicking around the house, right?
Yes. I have at least 2 that I can think of.
See, and then we can go over to visit with Donna or Frank at the Stewart store and drop them off and turn them into cash, right?
Yes. We are secondhand dealers, so we do buy phones. We go off a price list, so no matter which location you go into, it's going to be the same price. As long as you fully own the phone, you know, we can buy it, of course. Right. And we do buy broken phones as well. It's just dependent on the phone. You know, if we can make a profit and we can pay you, that's, you know, the relationship we have to have.
Yeah.
So, and even if for some reason we can't purchase your phone, we have an incentive recycling program if it's just not worth anything for us or really to resell. Like some of the old flip phones are like that now.
Right. I'd have to pay you to take my phone.
Yeah. But we do, for every phone you recycle, you get a ticket. And at the end of the year, or maybe more, depending on how many phones come in, we pull a raffle and the person wins an iPad.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, that is very cool.
So, yeah.
I have a personal question. I have a bunch of pictures on my last phone that I haven't pulled off yet. What's the best way to pull a ton of pictures off of an Android?
You could put it on a flash drive, run it through the computer, put it on a flash drive, or you can actually save it on the computer itself.
All right, I got to figure out how to do that.
Yeah. You can always go
Can you connect your phone to a computer?
I don't know.
You can always go.
I probably should ask my kids.
You can go to the store location anytime, and
Really?
Frank will make sure he takes
All right,
care
I'll
of
do
you.
that.
Yeah,
Thank
that's something we offer.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you. Then I will definitely avail myself of that, because I went 2.5 years ago. I went to India with a buddy of mine from college, and I took, I don't know, 600 pictures.
That's it?
I mean,
No, I would have took more.
I mean, I don't know. I took a camera and my phone, and I took a bunch on both, and I don't remember. I can get them off my camera. That's fine. But I also took a bunch on my phone, and I haven't pulled them off yet. So I want to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Bring it by. Absolutely.
All right, cool. I will definitely do that. See, I'm glad this worked out. Then.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So on our tables at breakfast this morning, you had examples of phones that weren't healthy anymore.
Correct.
Yeah.
They were a little broken. Yes.
So that's kind of a fun exercise. So that's the reason why you just keep them just as a display piece of this is what happens when they end up in the boneyard.
No, we don't keep them as display pieces, but as they come in, they accumulate. And so, we get rid of them. So
sometimes there's components you can take out of them that you can still use.
The screens, no.
No, not the screens, but the components underneath the screens, right?
No, because it's just layers of LCD.
Oh.
Layers. It's LCD and digitizer. So the screens are just
it's
the
magic,
screens.
Frank.
Yes.
Right. It's magic.
All the components, the cameras and the speakers and the home buttons, they're pulled from the person's phone, and we just move those parts to the new screen and then put them on the phone. So the screens have nothing on them because their parts have to be moved to work with the new screen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are pretty skinny things that you brought in.
Yeah, they're skinny. They're thin. That's why we say cases, tempered glass, protection. So.
Okay, so is there like a plastic film that you can put over there to protect it more from scratching? I mean, or what's the best way to, other than just buying a good,
Never take it out of the box.
Yeah. Never take it out of the box.
Just leave it in the box.
That's an idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never damage it, but it won't be broken.
So I saw this ad about a year or so back for a Bluetooth connected Star Trek flip phone.
Okay.
right, from the first, from the original series, right? The original, and it really works like on the TV show, but it connects to your cell phone via Bluetooth.
Okay.
So you can take your calls, you keep your cell phone, you can Velcro it on your belt, I guess. And so that would be something, that would be a fun thing to have. And I would imagine it might need some service. So those are kind of a strange ancillary thing, but you guys probably would look into, if it ever needed service, you probably could help that.
We're
too,
never
right?
going to say no. We'll
Right.
always look into it and see if it's something that we can do.
See?
So that's how you learn. You know,
Right.
if you close the door, you're never going to learn because everything's changing and moving forward.
That is
So you
true.
gotta
Yeah,
keep
the
going.
technology's got to change.
Oh,
What,
yeah.
every couple months?
Every 30 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. And software, it seems like the software that drives the computer is almost every 6 months or so. It's a new generation of software.
And yet your
Yes.
board just stays the same.
Yes, since 1972.
Wow.
So I like that. That's like the old mixing boards with the lever. It's like now everyone's doing it on iPads and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, this is. I mean, soldered, connections.
Hey, it
and everything.
works.
Yeah,
Old school work
but
sometimes.
Yes.
and it generates a
Old
little bit of
school
heat.
brings
you know?
quality.
Yes.
Yes.
Sometimes,
Sometimes.
Sometimes
You
not.
know, there's always
Sometimes
that little,
not.
Yeah.
but yeah.
All right. So, do you have any more outlets in the future that you're thinking about doing, or so you got 3 locations, all in
Yes.
good spots, right?
Yes.
Port St. Lucie, Stewart, and
Fort Pierce.
Fort Pierce.
Mhm.
Fort Pierce, yes, on
Yes.
Virginia Avenue.
Yes.
And so that's those are 3 good spots. But is there like perhaps maybe new locations in the horizon?
Yes, we do want to open a couple more locations because we have a lot of customers that come from outside of the area we're even in now.
Yeah.
So even though, let's say, the Gatlin area
Hmm.
is mileage wise is not that far, but traffic wise is pretty far for people to
Yes.
travel.
Yeah.
Traffic.
Yes.
That's
So
why
we
I was
definitely want to expand to a couple more locations. Yeah.
All right. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Port St. Lucie's growing,
Yes.
Yes.
and the traffic is bad.
Right.
Yes.
Not getting any better.
No.
Yes. No.
But I tell you what, still, it is bad. As much as we complain about it, it's still not up north, so it's okay.
No, but
Oh.
there's not the population up north either. I think per capita our traffic ranks pretty high.
Does it really?
I think so. The amount of people that we have and the amount of traffic that we have,
Yeah.
we're probably up there.
Yeah. Well, I think the mitigating factor, the factor that creates that problem is you got a lot of people here that are newbies that don't know their way around, and
True.
they create additional
A
traffic
lot of tourists
issues.
that or
Yeah.
don't know where they're going. That's
Right.
that's also true.
Yeah.
Summertime's not nearly as bad.
One of the most interesting things that I observed was somebody going the wrong way on Confusion Corner.
Oh my gosh.
That's what everybody approaching Confusion Corner is watching this individual, and we all hung back, say, okay, let them do whatever it is they're going to do,
Yeah.
and then we'll
And it's
continue.
better now than it used to be. Remember when
Oh,
before they changed it, when it was truly aptly named Confusion Corner. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
it was
There was a Dixie Highway went through there.
everything went through
Yeah.
there. It
Yes.
seemed like there was only
Charles Carroll
Yeah.
did an on the road back in the 70s, I think.
I met him.
You met him?
I met him.
What
Actually,
a neat guy.
he was a very nice guy, very neat guy. We're off topic for 1 second,
Yes,
but
yes.
yes, my uncle used to produce radio and television for CBS in New York City,
Mhm.
and he used to produce
The on the road series.
on the roads and Sunday morning when Charles
Mm.
Crow was on Sunday morning.
Mhm.
So when he was on Sunday morning series, I'd gone to visit my uncle one time, and I met him, and he was a very nice guy. He signed a book for me. He was a very, very nice man.
Very approachable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just down to earth, very cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're off. We're
That's
back.
okay with me. I love stories.
Oh, we're both Charles Carroll fans.
Yes,
so
we are.
It's good.
I have to find that book now. I
Okay.
have to reread it.
Yeah, okay, good. Okay, so let's share with our listeners before we go to break where the stores are, what the best phone number is, and get that information out there. Okay, because the name of the store is I want to get it right now. I Sell and Repair in Stewart.
Yes.
Right.
And it's also I Sell and Repair in Fort Pierce,
Correct.
and Port St. Lucie is Cellular Pawn.
Right.
But if you look up I Sell and Repair in any of the locations or Cellular Pond, we have the ads that will come up for
Well,
you to make it
cross-reference.
easier for whoever's looking for us.
So you're easy to find on your
Yes.
cellular device.
Yes, yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how they write software. It used to be software was written for computers, but now it's actually written for devices. More and more people are pulling their information from their personal
Yes.
devices than they are.
Because
from
they're
their-
with us all the time.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
so true. Okay, let's give out that contact phone number. I've got a phone number here. Is this the best number? 772-872-2162.
That's the store location number.
Okay.
I can give you the other 2 locations number as well.
Let's do that.
Cellular Pond in Port St. Lucie is 772-539-7177. And the iSell and Repair in Fort Pierce is 772-672-7349.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay, very good.
And it is a textable line, so you can call or text.
Oh, okay.
Well, that is pretty
Yes.
pretty
We're in the
cool.
cell phone
You
industry.
guys are fancy.
Wow, doing it upright. Okay. We'll be right back. And if you have any questions, give us a call, 220-9788. And we'll be right back. is from 1978. Billy Joel, Moving Out. I kind of moved it though.
Yes, you did. Wow, looks like a kid there.
Right?
Well, he was a kid there.
Yeah. 1978. So that's for John. And but that was not the one. That's the one John selected, which was probably a very good choice, by the way.
Well, I didn't know you were doing this, and that
Yeah.
was the first one I thought of.
So, this is what I picked out for you.
Oh, okay. Not really moving related, but cool band.
I want to rock all night. I thought you might like that.
Well, they're a fairly successful band.
Yeah.
They've done well in
I
the last
did it.
45 years.
Yeah.
They've sold a few tickets and have sold a few albums.
Just a bit. So a little bit of Kiss for John. That was from 1996.
Oh, their reunion, their first reunion farewell tour or whatever. Yeah.
Their first of many.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right.
We got to come up with a cellular fixing song somehow.
Right. Well, we'll work on that while you.
I didn't know you were doing that. I would have come better prepared.
Well, see, I'm full of surprises.
You are full of surprises.
Makes life fun.
Yes, I try to. Yes.
So we're back after the break.
We are.
And we
indeed.
were talking about some other stuff off radio.
Yes.
And one of the things you wanted to mention, which is really important in all of our small businesses, really, is
Customer service.
there you go.
Customer service to us is the biggest priority. We understand that without our customers, we do not exist. So that is top priority in our stores.
But that's good. I mean, that's how it should be.
Right.
Absolutely.
So if I was to ask you kind of like an interesting customer experience that you had where a customer came in and it was delightedly surprised about what product or service you were able to offer them. Could you give me one or two good stories about some past experiences like that?
I'm trying to think of good stories.
Yeah.
Or you can tell us some really horrible customer stories too. Those are always fun.
There are no horrible customers.
Oh no, that's not entirely true.
Some aren't the easiest, but I wouldn't say any horrible customers.
That's
so
nice. That's nice.
That is
Like,
good.
if you go on any of our location sites, there's a lot of reviews. All of our stores, 2 locations have 4.9 stars.
Nice.
And the store location has 5.0. And so you'll see the reflection of the customer service we give. A lot of people do put lengthy paragraphs, the service, the pricing, just we're very helpful. And even if you don't buy something from us and you just come in asking, we always point you in the correct direction, not necessarily to make a sale, but if something somewhere else is better, that's what we'll do.
That's good. That's
So,
important. That's one of the cool
yes.
things about being in the business club too.
Yes.
You can enjoy that as well. Like I talked to Larry Fiorello from Victor
Vero.
Victor
Yes.
Vero. I love
Mhm.
saying that. That sounds so
It's snazzy.
Victor Vero. It sounds like a supervillain in some kind of movie or something.
Yeah.
But I had a credit card question for some, and we chatted for 15, 20 minutes, and he ended up pointing me in a direction that was not his direction,
Mhm.
but it was great.
Yeah,
So
it's really, to us, that's proper
Mhm.
business.
yes,
None of our employees work off commission. So when they're making a sale or talking to you, it's going to be honest. It's going to be what is best for you. It's
Yeah.
not like, oh, what am I going to make off of this customer? So
No,
that's a big difference
That's how
as
it
well.
should be.
Yes.
I do that as well with the moving company too. I get phone calls occasionally where something's just not worth the money that they want to spend, or they have like one small item. It's like, just take it to UPS and, fine. And sometimes the occasional time, like the recent one, there was a big safe somebody wanted to move. And I said,
I remember that story.
it's like, you know what?
Yes.
Like we could do it, but not anytime soon. And it's not something I want to do right now.
Yeah.
So I just, point them in a different direction, and that people appreciate that.
Yes. Honesty is definitely something people appreciate.
Yeah, especially if you say yes and you can't perform, then you create some bad blood.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've been here. My family's had this company since '78, so
Wow.
we have a good rep,
That's awesome.
and don't really want to mess it up now.
No.
Mom and dad would be upset.
It takes
I
a
think
long
so.
time to build that reputation, but to destroy it doesn't take much at all.
No,
Isn't that the truth?
Yes.
And I hate those dope slaps. Did your mom and dad give you that back of the head?
No, I was spared those. I just got the look.
Oh,
That was enough.
I got the look from my mom, and I got the dope slap from dad.
No, I just needed the look from either one. I was like,
That's
okay.
all it took for me.
Yeah.
Just a look, and I knew. Okay, no problem. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we talked about, because there was one other thing at the break that we were talking about. Oh, I forgot. That you wanted to mention. Unlocks. Thank you.
Yes.
See,
the second cup of coffee that I have not had yet.
Yes.
Unlocks. Talk about that.
Yes, we unlock devices, carrier unlocks. So, for instance, say you have an AT&T device and you no longer want to be with them, we can unlock it, and you could use it with T-Mobile or Metro. Most of the time, it does work out, but there are those occasions where it doesn't. But it saves the customer hundreds, because people come in, they'll be ready to buy a new device for hundreds of dollars, but instead of just, oh, okay, no problem, we say, well, what's going on with your phone? Why are you changing? And then if we get the story, well, it's AT&T and I want to switch to T-Mobile. Well, you don't have to spend hundreds. You can spend substantially less, still keep the same device, and do what you're trying to do. So it's a win-win situation for them.
I would imagine that's more prevalent with the higher end phones, like the Galaxies, the higher end Galaxies and the higher end iPhones.
Yes and no, because we also have clients that they go overseas, Jamaica, Haiti, Brazil, everywhere, Puerto Rico, Cuba, and they need unlocked phones because the service providers over there are not the same over here. So they may have a Metro phone that's, say, one of their mid-grade phones that they maybe paid $100 to maybe $150 for, but they want to take it over and give it to a family member or sell it. We can unlock those so they can use them in other countries. So,
that's all right. Yeah. Didn't think of that either.
All across the board. Yeah.
That's what I like about sitting in this chair. You get to talk to other folks in the other businesses, and you learn like one or two little things that you didn't know before, 5:07 on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or 5:09 in my case today.
But who's counting?
Apparently I was.
Well, it's all right. So, that's pretty cool stuff. So unlocking phones. Now that's a pretty new concept, because the FBI had to job that out. They weren't even able to get into some very important iPhones, right?
Well, that's a different kind of unlocking.
Yeah.
The unlocking I'm talking about is carrier unlocking. So you can use it with different carriers. Now, the unlocking that they were running into was the person had a passcode on the front for security. And we can get past the passcode on the front, but they have that, what they call the iCloud, that you cannot get past. So I can wipe the entire phone out for a customer, but if you don't know that iCloud password, the only people who can get past that is Apple, which is a security feature. But they also offer that on Samsungs with the not just Samsungs, Androids, with Samsung accounts or Gmail accounts. We can get past the front code, but once it's fully wiped, it's going to ask for that email and the password. And if you don't know it, you're locked out. So that's a different type of unlocking. That's more of a security. So you some people do forget their passwords, but there are ways to reset them by questions you set up.
If you hear any wobbling sounds, it's John and I both nodding our heads.
Yes, absolutely right.
Yes.
So that's different.
Yes.
There's no way around. We don't get around iClouds. Just because you should know your password. And if you don't remember it, Apple will help you with that. Yeah. So it's a security feature for a reason, as well as Samsung accounts. Samsung can help you with that. You set up security questions. That way, if something like this happens, there's a workaround for it if it's your device.
If you remember the answers to the security questions.
Yes.
How you spelled the answers to the security questions.
Yes.
You should keep those questions and answers with your social security card. That's how important
I don't know where that is either.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. Yep. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Because one of the questions was the street I grew up on, and I remember the street obviously, but I forgot how I spelled it. Did I capitalize it?
Exactly.
Did I totally capitalize it? Did I just capitalize the first letter and do? It's like so.
My suggestion with those is whenever you do the questions and the answers, don't capitalize anything. Just keep it all lowercase and keep it simple.
Okay.
That's what I have found, because I set people up in the store, and I'll just be for passwords they want capitals. But for the answers for security questions, you can keep it all lowercase. That way you don't have to remember capital, not capital, this, that. It's just easier. It's worked pretty good for us in the stores. Just simple.
That's a good. That's three things I've learned today.
KISS principle.
Yes.
We're back to KISS again.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
All righty. So we're on our last break, so stick with us. We're going to have much more to cover when we get back.
I found Google. I finished the program. Seen before.
And we're back. You're listening to Meet McBiz, and we're learning all about phone repair and service.
Yes.
So the best place to bring your phone, no matter what you have going on, if it's a broken screen or maybe you just need to clean up some garbage software, maybe there's a file or what I call it a file, but a feature that you're not using is probably just using up so much memory on your phone. You want to clear up a little more memory. Maybe you can delete some features and ancillary things like that. They can help you with all that fun stuff.
Whenever I've tried to do that on my own, this little screen pops up saying disabling this might affect other programs and
I
their
get
performance.
that all the time too.
So like I bail out. I just don't have the guts to do it at that point.
Right.
Just bring it on by. We'll help you out. Yeah.
Well, I'll do that after I bring my phone for the pictures.
Yes. Perfect.
My phone's been behaving pretty well. I don't ask too much of it, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's the trick. I found.
Did you find a song?
It's a cell phone song.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Oh, okay. I'll take it. Yeah, that's nice.
All right.
Nice.
If only there were more bass in that song. That'd be perfect.
Right.
I love it. Yes.
All right. So everybody plays, everybody wins. We had a chance to.
We need a song for you.
I guess. I don't know. I've never really thought about it much. I tell you what, I do want to touch on, and I've got one more song in here to do. The first Mardi Gras celebration was held in New Orleans on this date in 1827. And wouldn't you know it, I happen to have some music.
Oh, I love Dixieland jazz.
All right. A little Dixieland jazz for you, right? When the Saints come marching in, right? Okay.
That's great stuff.
Yeah, so that's kind of neat. Little this day in history stuff. But what else? Anything else exciting happened? That was probably the most exciting thing that happened. That's probably about it. If you live in Oklahoma, today is your anniversary. The state of Oklahoma was admitted into the Union in 1908. They were the 46th state to be admitted. So
okay,
they get a gold star, or in their case, a white star.
Yes.
So very good for the state of Oklahoma. Yeah.
So what else would you like us to know about what you guys do over there?
I think that we have covered mostly everything that we have done, that we do. We buy phones, we sell phones, we repair phones, we have accessories, we offer services, data extraction from old devices, and we offer free troubleshooting. And
you can
even if
recover
you
photographs from
Mhm.
old
Yep.
phones, yeah.
Yep.
and even if you just have a question, you can come in. We don't charge to talk. We actually enjoy the customers coming in, getting to know people, and because it teaches us as well as things are changing and growing all the time.
Right.
So we would love for anybody to come in and check our stores out, and you'll enjoy the experience.
Now, can
So-
somebody bench test their phone if they're thinking their phone is kind of, maybe on its last legs or waning, and that's just their impression, may be reality, it may not be reality? Can you bench test the phone and see if it's, meets a certain standards? How does that work?
What does bench test mean?
I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that out as
If someone comes in, I did have a gentleman come in. He has a Note 4 that his wife is using, and it's saying she's out of memory. So he came in, and I said, well, let's just come in, because he was looking at buying a Note 8. I said, why don't you come in? I'll see what space is being taken up. We can take off some items and then see if that works for you. And so he came in, we did that, and it was still a lot of space taken up. I said, well, the next solution will be to back it up, wipe everything out, start fresh. And if it still continues to bog down, then maybe look at another device. Because it was still working for what she needed, except the storage, which is very important.
Right.
So we did that. We tried that, Okay. A week later, he did come back, and he did go ahead and upgrade because it just wasn't doing what they needed to do.
Right.
But yeah, we try to troubleshoot and to keep you in what you have, because we know the phones aren't cheap. So, but we try to keep you in what you have. And if it's not working, then just come back and see us, and then we'll just go from there.
Is it fairly easy to upgrade the storage on a phone?
Well, most of the phones are starting with 64 gigs, the newer Samsungs and even the newer iPhones. On iPhones, the space you have is what you have. You can buy storage in the cloud, but it is not the same as having it on the actual device.
Okay.
As well as Androids. They have a good base, and you can add memory to that, but a lot of them won't let you move your apps to that. So there's certain things you could put on that extended storage with the SD card, and certain things you can't. So, but we have seen that they're starting with 32, 64 gigabytes of storage, which is needed with all the stuff people have on their phones.
I have no
okay.
idea what
And
I
so
have
you
on mine.
sell SD cards at your shop?
We do.
All right.
Yeah.
Reasonably priced and readily available, and
Yes.
installation comes with it, right?
Mhm.
Absolutely. We
Ah.
help you with everything. Our goal is one-stop shop.
Nice.
If you're there for 3 to 4 hours, we don't mind. That's what we're there for. We want you to be happy with your purchase. We want you to walk out ready to use the device and feel comfortable, with everything. So and that is our job. And
Cool.
we may close at 6, but we'll stay late to make sure everything is done correct for you. So
That's nice. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
If someone walks into my shop at 5 to 5, I'm not nearly as pleasant as I should be, probably. No, that's not true. I'm most of our customers are elderly,
Right.
Mhm.
so we got some great customers too. So
So
we don't get a lot of walk-in traffic though, not for
No.
my business.
no, I guess not. They call up, and how much is it going to cost me to move
Yeah.
my sofa from point A to point B, right?
My favorite question is,
Yeah.
I get calls. I'm looking for an estimate. I'm moving your average 3-bedroom house from here to there. How much is it going to cost? I'm like, I'm real nice. Frank's known me
Right.
for years. I'm really not. I'm only a smart aleck on a one-on-one
Mhm,
basis with
mhm.
friends. But for customers, I'm like, it's like, well, it's really hard to say because I've been in 1,000 3-bedroom homes over the last 40 years, and they're all different.
Yes.
So it's funny.
Yes.
But I'm nice to my customers,
Right.
Or initially, anyway. No, I am.
Well, I get the same thing with custom picture framing, right? People will do this with their hands, and they'll try to create a picture frame shape.
Yeah.
Well, how much for a frame this size?
Right.
Sure.
We do get that. People call in and they want to sell us phones,
Yeah.
and they'll say, "Oh, I have a couple LGs I want to sell. How much do you offer?" Well, what's the model number? Well, it's an LG.
Mhm.
Well, what's the exact model number? Because they make a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that. Well, can you just give me an estimate? I was like, I would love to,
Right.
but I really can't. So we do
Yes.
have a price list. We just need the model number. So
Right.
it's definitely a common thing, I think, amongst
Right.
all businesses.
Yep.
In fact, speaking of picture frames, I got to talk to you. There's something I might want you to do for me.
Ooh, baby,
So remind me
Oh.
later on or next Wednesday or something at
Okay.
breakfast. So
Yeah.
I got this really cool old picture of an old print of New Jersey, an old map of New Jersey.
Right.
and it's in the old hand. It's just a really cool thing I got
Oh,
from
I
a
love the
customer.
old maps.
But
yeah.
it's kind of the crinkly thing going on is
Oh,
there. I
yeah.
know you've done it before where you flatten stuff out and fixed it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it can be done, I'm happy to do that.
Cool.
Corey. Yeah,
All right.
that's pretty cool. Yeah.
To remember
that's
that.
does it have the New Jersey Turnpike in there? Or is this predate?
No, this is like 1800s,
Oh, nice.
1700s.
I'm reading
map of
about New
that.
Jersey right now.
That's
You know,
awesome.
the George Washington book, Killing England, that written by Bill
O'Reilly.
Bill O'Reilly. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh God, that's very good story.
No,
Yeah.
Jersey's
Yeah.
a nice place.
Yeah, Trenton
People
weighed
don't-
large during the American Revolution.
It's New Jersey,
Yes.
like New York. There's their reason for it.
Yeah,
But it's a pretty state. Most people just think of Newark,
right.
and that's just not
No,
New
the
Jersey.
airport at Newark is
Yeah.
not indicative of what you'd expect.
No, you
for-
get outside of there, you get in the country. It's really nice. But
Yeah.
anyway, we veered off again
We did.
off of a cliff.
That's okay. Bunny trails are fun.
Yeah.
They are fun.
You can't
we gotta-
always stay in the lines.
No.
No, it's fun to go off
Right.
script sometimes.
Color off the lines.
Mhm.
Yes. Well, I've been accused of that.
But yeah, it's a neat frame. It's kind of an old frame, but it needs to be redone. I just like it.
Okay.
So-
Oh, it's currently framed. But,
yeah.
But it's probably pressed against the glass.
Yeah, that's not pressed all that well.
Right.
it needs some TLC. I just
Yeah.
put it up because it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not worth anything except
Well, it is
for
to
me,
you.
because I
Yes.
came from Jersey.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, and I love the name of your group. You're
Oh.
gonna love this too,
What
Don.
is that?
We used to have an acoustic duo with a guy named Ed Preman, who's a solo guitar player now. Does a lot of work. Great guy. We're both from New Jersey, so we came up with this acoustic duo, and we named the duo called What Exit, because everybody who's from Jersey would say, "Oh, you're from Jersey. I'm from Jersey. Oh, really? What Exit?" And that's how
That's
everyone
funny.
knew where
Nice.
everyone was.
I like that.
So
Yes. I thought it was brilliant.
we had
genius.
we had some fun for about a year or so, and then things change, schedules, whatever. And he's still playing solo act, but yeah, good guy.
Yeah.
Ed Preman, go see him. He plays a lot around town. I don't know where he's playing now, but if you ever see him, he's really good, really talented,
Definitely
good
check
Probably
guy.
him out.
find him on Facebook, right? Google him or
Probably
Probably,
Instagram.
probably. I don't know.
No?
Eddie's
He's not
Eddie's
on the Instagram?
no, Eddie's
School.
older than I am, so I don't think
Okay.
he's in the Instagram,
Chandra. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
environment. He might be, although I don't know.
You never know.
But he plays a lot of country clubs. So good dude.
Very good. And he probably had. Okay, back to cell phones.
Yeah, see, we're in another rabbit trail.
So if somebody drops off their phone for service, you would get their phone number, but you've got their phone. How do you reach them to let them know their phone has been fixed?
We always ask for a secondary number, but
That's always good.
But if you're dropping off an iPhone, we guarantee same day iPhone repairs. So even if we can't reach you, just come back before we close at 6, and we guarantee those same day repair on iPhones.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, because people need their phones.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Yes. Mhm.
I know. This morning I left for breakfast. I put my phone on the charger when I got up this morning because looked like it was a little low. I said, well, I'll perk it up a bit before I go to breakfast. And I left it on the charger and went to breakfast. And I felt really weird
Mhm.
all morning
Yep.
until I got back home to collect my phone.
Sometimes funny
Yeah.
story, it happens often. Somebody will come in, we'll fill out the paperwork for the repair. And I'm like, okay, we'll see you in a couple hours. They grab their phone and walk away. I'm like, I need your phone for the repair. And they're like, oh, it's habit, but they're not used to just leaving it.
Right.
So I was like, I need that to repair it. So.
I think the next time Griff comes on,
Yes.
our club psychiatrist,
Yes.
then we should talk to him about that,
I think
about
that's
phone anxiety separation.
it is. It's
Yes.
It's so funny because I had to go after the breakfast. I had to go to see my foot doctor to get the green light that my broken foot
Oh,
is
that's right.
significantly healed and I'm okay. So and I walk in there and I'm still patting myself down and so subconsciously, right?
Mhm.
And so the nurse at the check-in, she says, you lost your phone, didn't you? And I go, yeah, I left it at home.
Yep.
She
It used to be we have to worry about our wallets. Now it's our wallets and our phones
Yes, yes,
and our keys.
yes, yes.
And most guys don't carry purses.
No,
Some do though.
Some do. I said most. yeah,
man
most.
bags. I think they
Yeah.
I
call
think,
them.
are they called
Satchels.
purses?
Yeah, Merces,
Mercer
yes.
man purse?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think.
man.
Or it could be the fanny pack. You know,
Yeah,
that's coming back. Nike
is
did
it
actually
really?
come back with a Nike fanny
See,
pack.
some things should not come back.
No.
I saw it on a mannequin in the mall a couple weeks ago.
See,
Oh, God.
first sign of the apocalypse, the return of the fanny pack.
Okay, before we leave, we need those contact phone numbers one more time, Donna.
The Fort Pierce location, I sell and repair, 772-672-7349. The Cellular Pawn, Port St. Lucie location is 772-539-7177.
Right?
And the Stewart location, I'll let you say that number.
All right. Phone number is 772-872-2162. And we'll be back next week.
All right, that's fun.
All right, great.
Take care. See you guys next time.
Thank you.